Those who enjoy watching shows like Survivor, The Amazing Race, and Naked and Afraid will probably want to check out Discovery's Survive the Raft, premiering on Sunday, July 30th. Based on a 1973 social experiment to see if humans can work together as a peaceful, unified group to achieve a common goal, the series is hosted by Nate Boyer and sees 9 diverse contestants set sail on the Alkali 2 for 21 days to test whether personal interest will sabotage the team's chance to win a fortune together. TV Insider is exclusively introducing the cast and sharing key facts about each contestant, below. On Survive the Raft, each successful mission adds money to a communal cash pot that will be divided equally among those who make it to the end. Every week, participants will be tasked with completing physical and intellectual challenges designed to disrupt and divide the group. At the end of each episode, the crew must decide whether to continue as a group or swap one of their own for a new participant. Will the good for all outweigh the good for one? Scroll down to meet the cast of the new competition series. Survive the Raft, series premiere, Sunday, July 30th, Discovery Channel. As a marine biologist, he has worked internationally on boats for months at a time, with a small, often disparate crew, so he's ready for this adventure. In close quarters, getting along is a means of survival, and CJ knows what it's like to meet people of all walks of life and quickly get them to work together. He has 20 years of freediving experience all over the world, clocking over 17,500 hours underwater in the last year alone. CJ gravitates towards real and down-to-earth people. He has extensive knowledge in fish species, and knows how to catch, clean and cook them with minimal gear. Born in San Antonio and raised all over the United States, Elliot was your typical military brat, always having to find a way to fit in every time the family moved. He was an all-star athlete all of his life, but now he focuses solely on bodybuilding. Elliot is as friendly as can be, but he has a cunning nature. He grew up playing team sports, but he was not afraid to play dirty to score a goal. With an engineer's mind and an Apollo physicality, Elliot has the brains and brawn to make it to the end of the challenge. He can build and fix anything without an instruction manual. Jonathan studied to become a rabbi and now leads a congregation of more than 100 people. He's a warm, open-minded leader but is unafraid to stand up for himself or his community. Jonathan is very protective and will fight to keep his place of power. As a black man in Texas, Jonathan has faced plenty of discrimination. He says, "Racists get mad when you have a voice," and Jonathan's unafraid to shout. Diet, exercise, meditation, hygiene and avoiding tobacco and alcohol are huge proponents of his lifestyle that won't just disappear because he's living on a boat. Jonathan's oceanic and boat driving experience comes from his service as a naval officer. A fourth-generation metal welder, Los Hannah is a grade-A badass. As a foreperson, she is used to managing a large group of often badly behaved men, so she will have no problem donning her hard hat on the boat and taking control. Los Hannah tries to live sustainably by growing her own food at her home. She's also an avid outdoor enthusiast and loves to hike and camp. She is accustomed to sleeping on dirt floors and walking miles for water in her African travels, so this experience should be a piece of cake. Maddie is one hell of a shot with a gun. Her family calls her Annie Oakley, and she's great at archery, which she practices often. Alpha boomer men are usually her worst enemies, especially those who assume she isn't strong or capable. Maddie's survival knowledge extends from her childhood growing up in the water. She now lives on a river in Tennessee and spends her free time renting out kayaking and water sports equipment to tourists. Maddie also works as a nonprofit coordinator, helping out charities. Maddie also has knowledge and experience in deep-sea fishing which will help out on the boat. With great hand-eye coordination, developed with her fire-throwing skills, she'll be able to learn new skills on the boat quickly. Growing up in a farming community in rural California, Marissa watched in horror as pigs were mistreated at county fairs and local Future Farmers of America events. Inspired to stop animal abuse, she became vegan and dedicated her entire life to animal rights. After moving temporarily to Montana, a state where her parents lived and has always felt like a second home, she represented Montana in Miss USA, the biggest beauty pageant in the country. Marissa is trained in both CPR and first aid. She is also a skilled horsewoman, which has helped her get good at tying knots. A strong swimmer, Marissa was also a river rafting instructor. Russell grew up as a mountain boy from North Carolina and is now a father of 5 kids. A skilled interrogator, he will read people and use the information he gains to manipulate the game to his advantage. He will sleep with one eye open and his tough talk is not for the weak. Like any good Southern boy, he can hunt and fish, but his time in the military also taught him survival techniques to withstand extremely cold, hot, windy, or wet terrains. With 4 sons and a daughter, Summer knows what it's like to be the mama bear and protect what she loves. Summer is loud, fierce, and brutally honest, with unending energy. In everything she does, she brings passion and determination. Since she is a trained chef, she wants to cook to get on people's good side. Summer knows cooking brings people together and it's a great activity to get to know each other. She grew up on a lake, so she's familiar with boating, fishing, and basic survival skills. Her mother died when she was 12, and Tara was left alone in the world. She made it her mission to start a family of her own to give her future kids the pure childhood she never had. Unapologetically patriotic and steadfast in her conservative beliefs, Tara is known to ruffle the feathers of her liberal Facebook friends. She wears being put in Facebook jail as a badge of honor, and she'll post her Trump 2024 support anytime and anywhere she can. Tara is scrappy and a fighter. Her relentless fire and determination will get her far.